how much money do you really need for Grand Theft Auto Online? That's one of the major questions I always ask myself, especially when on my Broke to Billions account. I've been sitting on $70 million for the past couple of months on my account because of the fact I don't have much to spend my money on at this point. I already own over $500 million worth of cars on my Broke to Billions account. I've got every single property I need, and at this point I'm in the same loop as I've been for a very long time, which is getting bored of the game because I've unlocked everything. I still do run a very simple money-making method, which is the one I'll be breaking into for today's video. I feel like it's only fair that for my Broke to Billions account, whatever money-making method I'm using is also one I share with the community. And this one, while it may not be the most efficient at making money, is still incredibly easy and will make you more than enough money you'll ever need to use. The first part of this money-making method is very simple. You're going to source your special cargo by going over to your associates inside of each building and paying them $7,500. This is by far an absolute win for just getting free money. I would highly suggest if you don't own 5 large warehouses, you invest your money in them for 2 reasons. First of all, because Rockstar every couple of months has a 1.5 times sale increase on special cargo warehouses, plus they're 30% off on purchase price, which means that if you're able to not only buy all these warehouses 30% off, but then make an extra 1.5 times money on filling all of them up, you're going to easily make about $15 million just on your sale missions, which is absolutely insane if you fill all 5 large warehouses. 15 million! So sure, it might cost you $3 million to purchase all of them, but if you do the sale mission all that week as well, you're going to make all that money back. But that's something else to talk about all on its own. As I said, for me, I have 5 large warehouses, so as you can see, I have been filling all large warehouses in the background while talking right now. It only takes a minute or 2 to do this. I use my Oppressor Mark II, fly to each one, pay my associate, and done. That's very, very easy to do. After I'm finished sourcing those warehouses, I'm going to make sure all of my other businesses are stocked. And I'm only going to stock a couple of them because, let's be honest, the motorcycle club is a waste of time. Unless you have 3 or 4 people constantly helping you, which is possible, but kind of a waste of time, I wouldn't suggest to worry about the motorcycle club. Neither do I. So that business I'm not going to stock. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure my nightclub popularity is maxed, and I'm going to make sure that my bunker has product going into it. This is obviously very easy to do. I'm going to make my way over to the arcade and purchase the supplies for the bunker, make sure that my nightclub is fully stocked by swapping back and forth between DJs, and those 2 tasks are complete. After that, I'm going to make my way a quick trip over to the Acid Lab, purchase supplies there. Also, I'm going to pay for the speed up so that I don't need to worry about that. And there you go. We've got all the businesses running in the background. Now all we have to do is the Cayo Perico heist. Now this is pretty dang simple, and it should only take you about 40 to 35 minutes once you get the rhythm down. I got the bearer bonds for my heist, which is actually one of the easier missions because the plasma cutter one takes a bit more time rather than just going into the casino, going up the elevator if you own a penthouse, which I do, stealing the files, or should I say the safe codes, and then leaving, which is very easy, very fast. But even with that aside, doing the Cayo Perico heist is pretty simple. Some of the tips and tricks I can say itself is when doing the setups, just use the Sparrow. I know a lot of YouTubers out there suggest use the Oppressor Mark II. I don't, for a couple reasons. First of all, it's a lot easier just to grab my Sparrow right out of the back of the Kosatka and fly it right to where I need it to go. First of all, the Sparrow is actually a faster flying vehicle than the Oppressor Mark II. It features unlimited missiles. You can call it in instantly if you need it, and even if it gets blown up, you only have to wait 2 minutes, not the 5 minutes. The Sparrow is also multiple times cheaper, and you don't need to pay for repair costs if it ever does get blown up. Plus, you can't use the Sparrow or the Oppressor Mark II and actually doing the heist itself. So yeah, overall, I'd just say use the Sparrow. That's what I always use, as you'll notice me doing for the majority of these setups. Some of the things I would suggest to do when completing the setups for the Cayo Perico heist is, first of all, make sure you fast travel when you start up the Gather Intel mission. You can see I had to go to Grapeseed for this one, so I just went over to Grapeseed with my fast travel. Took a couple seconds, and because I've already completed the heist once, as most of you probably have, it's only $2,000, so that would be my first bit of advice. Always just use the fast travel function on the sub. It is way faster and way more efficient than any mode of transportation you'll use outside of fast fast traveling. When doing the Gather Intel mission, something I should point out that a lot of people actually don't know is that if you don't see a guard at the bottom of the control tower, it is guaranteed that the box that you're going to hack into is at the bottom of the tower. Sometimes you might forget that and go all the way up to the top and then be lost and wonder where the heck it is and then make your way all the way back down and see it there. So that's just one bit of advice. If you don't see a guard at the bottom of the tower, it is guaranteed that the box is going to be there. When choosing what vehicle you're going to use for the heist prep, you have two major options. You have the Kosatka and you have the Longfin. Personally, I like to do the Longfin if there is nothing inside of the main compound. For example, if I see a painting inside of El Rubio's mansion, then I'm just going to go with the Kosatka entrance, take the painting, take the main target, and then take a little bit of coke or something on my way out on main dock. However, if there's nothing inside of his main compound, then I'm just going to use the Longfin as normal, make my way around towards the airstrip, steal stuff there, and then enter his compound. Now, with the Longfin entrance, I would suggest that you purchase a Phantom Wedge. However, it's not mandatory. If you have a Sparrow, you can just fly right over to one of the locations on the map and either steal a normal Phantom or a Phantom Wedge. Honestly, it doesn't really matter what you use to pick up the trailer that has the Longfin on it, because as you're going to notice, one of the major tips and tricks I do when this prep starts is after you take the trailer and you leave the main police station, I just blow myself up with a sticky bomb. It removes the police off me, and then I get back in the truck and finish the sale mission. It's way easier than trying to lose the cops. Just kill yourself. It's as simple as that. The next two preps I'm going to talk about are weapon sourcing and as well stealing the bearer bonds from the casino. Now obviously you're not always going to get the bearer bonds one, but these missions are very similar in the fact that you're both inside of a building and there's only one weapon you should use when inside of buildings, and that is the stone hatchets. This is something that might not come across a lot of people's minds, but I am a very lazy person. And as a lazy person, I try to come up with the easiest way to deal with the guards around me, and running up to all of them with a stone hatchet like Rambo gives you obviously that special ability, and then you really can't die. So that's usually what I do when either dealing with El Rubio's guards or breaking into the weapons room to try and take the weapons. I'll just kill all the guys with the stone hatchet. It literally takes like 5 seconds and none of them can kill you. You don't have to put in any effort. Sure, it might take a couple seconds longer to kill them all and run up to them, but still, it's a heck of a lot easier than actually having to put in effort to kill them. Now we arrive at the final part, which is doing the heist itself. Yeah, I skipped over some of the setups, like obviously the cutting torch and the clone, but let's be real, fingerprint cloner and cutting torch are both incredibly easy, and I shouldn't need to explain all too much when doing those. However, I should point out that as the latest update in Grand Theft Auto, a lot of you are probably already aware of this, but guards can now see dead bodies. That means if you kill somebody and then like a truck drives near that dead body 2 minutes later, you might be in the middle of El Rubio's compound being all stealthy, and then boom, a guard picks up that dead body and now you're dead from a juggernaut. RIP. So because of that, you need to make sure that you clear all of the people that can be a threat. Now, the way I do this, once again, because I'm lazy, is I just always go to the airstrip. It is by far a guaranteed way of always filling your secondary loot bag. Sure, it might not be the coke that you always want, but usually you'll always get weed and cash there, and you'll always be able to fill your bag up. I got over 400,000 of secondary targets, which is only like 30,000 less than if I got coke anyway, so just grab whatever's at the airstrip, kill the one guard at the hangar door, and then, this is an absolutely must, you need to kill the dude with the Jeep that makes his way down the road, because if you don't, what's going to happen is you're going to leave the airstrip, and then about 40 seconds later, that guy's going to see the dead body you've killed in front of the hangar door, and then he's going to alert it to everybody, and your entire cover is blown. So make sure that you kill that guy. I would suggest to use the crack shot loadout because it gives you a semi-automatic weapon, or actually it's a fully automatic AP pistol, and then it also gives you the sniper. So the pistol's great because it allows you to kill anybody close range very easily as long as you can headshot them, and then it also, with the sniper, allows you to hit anybody far away. It's very simple, killing two birds with one stone scenario, and that's about it. You take your secondary targets, you kill that one guy on the Jeep, and then you make your way over to his main compound. At this point, when you're in his main compound, it's very, very easy. You make your way through, you kill one or two guards, make sure that you kill as little as possible, and guards that you really don't think will be detected, because the Juggernaut does walk around the entire perimeter. But usually I just kill one guard, make my way around the rest, and then boom, steal the main target, get out. Even if you get detected, by the time you've gotten your main target, you're usually fine, as what happened to me during this attempt. But it's pretty easy. Overall, this is just a very simple money-making method that I thought I would go over. Usually completing the Cayo Perico heist, you'll make around $1.5 million. And after this, as I said, all you need to do is your secondary stuff, which is specifically your passive money-making methods. And that's about it. So you're going to sell your bunker for about $315,000 if you do it in a public lobby. Then you're going to get your nightclub income, and you're going to sell your nightclub secondary stuff if you want to, which your technicians have been sourcing. And then you're also going to sell your acid lab, which has been accruing money. And that's about it. Overall, you should make about $2 million in 40 minutes. Now, obviously, there's a cooldown to do the Cayo Perico heist again, so that's when I just turn off GTA. $2 million made in one day is more than enough money, let's be real. If you do this for 10 days in a row, you've got $20 million sitting in your bank account. That's a lot of money, and that's more money than the average player can really spend on stuff they actually need. I mean, let's see what you need. You need a Oppressor Mark II, which is now like 10 million, so that takes away half the money. If you don't have a Kosatka, then I don't know how you'd be doing this. So already you have a Kosatka. I guess you can buy a Sparrow, that's 1.7 million. You can buy like a Phantom Wedge. You can buy some armored vehicles. I mean, yeah. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed today's money-making method. This isn't the craziest one out there, but it's the one I use. It's literally just $2 million a day for about 40 to 1 hour of effort. So it's pretty dang easy. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.